Hi, I'm Allegra Houston, and thank you for tuning in to the Imaginative Storm Writing Prompt of the Week. My creative collaborator was on our call this morning, James Nave. He's in Manila. So that was, I think, 1 a.m. to 3 a.m. or 1 a.m. to 2:30 a.m. for him. So he's gone back to bed, and I'm making this video for you. Every Saturday, we meet online with whoever wants to join us anywhere in the world. And we've had all the continents represented so far, other than Antarctica. So if you happen to know a scientist working at the South Pole, please encourage them to join our prompt of the week. And this is how we do it. The point is not necessarily to write something really good, although you might, and many people did today. I was absolutely astounded by what I heard. The point is simply to play, to surprise yourself, to exercise your imaginative muscles and free your mind from the shackles of what you should do, whatever your better judgment is. I happened to pull, where is it? I happened to pull one of the cards from Oblique Strategies when we were on Brian Eno's deck of prompt cards when we were on our call, and it said, ask people to, what is it? Find it. Ask people to work against their better judgment. And we realized that, of course, that is exactly what we do in Imaginative Storm, because we're not interested in judgment. Judgment is a constant and rather tedious function of the rational mind. And when you judge yourself as you're being creative, what happens? Your imagination just shuts down. So I'm going to ask you to work against your better judgment today as well. This is how we do it. We put an image up on the screen for 2 minutes, and people generate a list of words or short phrases that pop into their minds as they look at the image. So that's what we would like you to do. Simply make a list, not joined up writing, a list of words or short phrases that pop into your mind as you look at this image. After everyone has made their personal list, we go around the Zoom room and collect one item from each person's list to create a community list. We were a smaller group than usual today because it's the run up to Christmas, no doubt, and people are off shopping and cooking and whatever they're doing. We had 17 people total. So here is today's community list of words. Now you can write these down as I read them out, but don't worry if you don't get them all. I will put it up on the screen again during the 10-minute writing time. Creeping shadows, a whisper remains, dancing in the dark, blind love, mouthfeel. Are they about to be beheaded? Silk or linen? Know me soft. I'd know your lips anywhere. Not too deep, please. I can't see. I know. How do I get closer? Blind ambition, incognito romance, rapt attention. Not the same. Cloaked desire. So you can use as many or as few of those words and the words on your personal list as you write for 10 minutes. There's no rules really, other than just simply put pen to paper. We do encourage you to write with pen and paper. The results are very different than when you write on a computer screen. So think of it as a dance between your rational mind and your imaginative mind, a partner dance like a foxtrot or a tango. One partner leads, the other partner follows. In most of your life, your rational mind is the leader, and sometimes it actually kicks your imaginative mind off the dance floor entirely and just takes over. But for these 10 minutes, ask your imaginative mind to be the leader and your rational mind to follow. So it's not using its better judgment. It's not judging. It's not wondering what you should write, or are you doing it right, or is it good, and all of those kind of rational mind worries. Simply let your imagination go wherever it wants to go and let it surprise you. If this is the first time you're doing this, you might find that difficult, or maybe you'll simply find it easy. But if you do find it difficult, with practice, you'll discover that it becomes easier and easier and more fun. And play is important. So here we go. 10 minutes starts, and you can play with words now. So something now exists in the world that didn't exist 10 minutes ago. And that's pretty nice. And I hope you have a feeling of creative satisfaction, and you will only bolster that feeling of creative satisfaction if you read your work aloud. You might think, oh, well, it really wasn't very good. This happens for a lot of people. They say, oh, well, it didn't really take off today. It's not very good. And they read what they wrote out loud, and they discover that actually it has much more energy and life and sort of suggestiveness than they thought it had. Reading your work aloud puts you in a state of appreciating what you like in your writing rather than looking for what you don't like and want to change, which is what happens when you read silently on the page. You actually get a little physical hit of pleasure when you read something that you like, and that effortlessly trains you to write more that way. And that way is almost certainly those moments when your imagination really let go. So this is how you train your rational mind to let your imagination be the leading partner of the dance, by reading your work aloud. So put me on pause now and read your work aloud, even if it's to an empty room. You are your most important audience. Before I go further, I want to credit the image. It's a painting by René Magritte called The Lovers. And if you like what you wrote, and I hope you like it maybe even more than when you wrote it, you might like to share it with our group. And you can do that on a platform that we have called The Circle. And here is how you get there. Go to imaginativestorm.com. Scroll over to the community page, click there, and you will see Imaginative Storm on Circle. Click there, and it will take you down to that bit of the page where it explains the circle. You can click here in the picture, and you end up at the circle. It won't look quite like this because I'm logged in and it wants me to do things. It will ask you to make a username and a password. It's also free. And once you've done that, go over here to this navigation on the left. You can explore the rest of it at some point if you like, but prompt of the week is where we're going. And in prompt of the week, you will see with the date, every single prompt that we have offered for over 4.5 years. So it's quite an archive. And let's just click on one and show you how this works. So we'll click on this mural. So here you will find the first thing, the credit, then a link to our YouTube. We create a YouTube video for each prompt where we do the timing for you. And then you'll find the Saturday words and the Thursday words, and then you will see what people have posted. And well, this was a week where nobody really replied very much, but you can like what people wrote and you can reply to what they wrote. And if you want, you can upload an audio or a video. See here, Kathleen has commented on Celia's. And you can, here Nave's also uploaded an audio. And then at the very bottom, you will see this. What are your thoughts? And that is where you type in what you wrote. And you're done. And while you're at imaginativestorm.com, you might like to check out some of our other offerings. We wrote a book called Write What You Don't Know, which has been really highly acclaimed and even used at Iowa Writers Workshop. And so we also have an audio course, a video course, and a live online 10-week course starting on January 20th, 2026 of Write What You Don't Know. So you can consume it in whatever way suits you best. We also have other books for writers and in-person retreats. So you can find out about all of that at imaginativestorm.com. And we hope to see you in person live or in person on Zoom one of these days. If you join our newsletter, you will get a reminder every Saturday morning with the Zoom link. And you can also always find it in the footer at imaginativestorm.com.